Okay, it's time now to show you how to put the rod together. When you receive your rod, it's going to come together in components just like you see here in 14-inch pieces. For right now though, we're going to set the 3-piece rod away off to the side, and we're going to just start with the 2-piece rod. Here's your two 14-inch components, and you're going to, the handle side, you're going to just poke in to the top part of the rod. This would be your bottom section, this would be your top section. And for purposes of what we're going to call this, we're going to call these and refer these to eyelets. In the fly fishing industry, we would call them guides, but we'll call them eyelets. That might be something that you can relate easier to. All right, we're going to take this rod, and we have the first eyelet, which is in the first section of the rod, and we're going to take and offset by 1/2 the eyelets on the top half of the rod, and as we put it on, we're going to push and twist so that it matches. All of these eyelets line up with the first eyelet in the first piece of the rod. And then we're going to take it and we're just going to hold it like this and eye it up with our eye to make sure that it's all in line with each other. And after we are satisfied that that is done, then we're ready to put the line on. Let me tell you about the lines we've selected for the cast and twitch rods. We have two types. We have a nylon, which you can see right here, and I'm going to hold it in my hands. Now this has a natural stretch to it, which it just makes it so incredible to play and tease with. But let me just take it, and I'm going to just take and pull that apart. You can just see the natural give in that. Okay. The second line that we have, we refer to it as a bungee cord system. This has nearly 100% give and stretch. Just like that, you can see that. It kind of looks like a guitar string, the way it vibrates. The bungee system only comes in the 3, 4, and 5 foot lengths. Primarily this is used for our door hanger tool or toy. Now, let me show you what happens at the end of each line. We have 2 loops. We have a very small loop, and we have a very large loop. The small loop always goes to the handle of the rod, and that's where we secure it first. The larger loop is used to secure the toy to the line. So we're going to start off first of all, and I'm going to show you how we attach the line to the rod. We're going to refer to these, you see these little, we call them in the fly fishing industry guides, but let's call them eyelets, and I'll try to refer to that from now on. This is the first eyelet, which is in the first piece of the rod, and in the second piece, 14-inch section, we have 4 eyelets. We're going to take the small loop and we're going to thread it through the first eyelet, like so. That's through. Then you're going to come back through and you're going to take the larger loop, or you can take the loop, or sometimes it's easier just to grab closer to where the line comes out, and you're just going to pull that up through, like so. Up through the loop and pull that line all the way through until you can snug it down. Okay? Now we've got it attached to the first eyelet. Take the line in your hand and just kind of pull it like this so that you can pull it up, form a loop. It's just easier to do this. You can grab the big loop at the end, but it's always easier to do this. Now, this is where you have to be very careful. You cannot let the rod roll as you go to thread this, because it will wrap the line around it. The line has to go straight through the eyelets. Okay, so let's just do that. Here we go. Here's your first eyelet. This is in your second piece of the rod. Here's your third. We've already attached it. Here's your fourth. Just keep pulling that through. We're going to lift this up and pull that through the very top guide or eyelet. And then we just have pulled it through, and so that it looks like this. Now, here's where you need to check. Make sure you check to make sure that the line runs totally straight along those eyelets. If you see it has wrapped around in any way, let me just kind of show you. Well, if we did it like this, we do a loose wrap around the handle like that. Let's pull that back through. If you see that it is wrapped around in any way like this, you've done it wrong and you need to start over again. So I'm just going to wrap this back around the handle. And that's it. In this segment, I'm going to teach you how to put the actual cat toy onto the line. Now remember, we talked about having two loops, a small and a large. We've already connected the small loop to the first eyelet of the first section of the rod, run the line through all of the eyelets, and now holding in my left hand, I'm going to place the loop from the rod. And in my right hand, I'm going to take one of our cat toys from our selection. And this particular toy is called a Featherhead Popper. And it's really pretty. Look at this. I mean, what cat wouldn't want that? It's beautiful and epoxy. Nice. Here we go. All right. It also has a loop. Every one of our toys comes with a loop-to-loop connector. That's just the way it is in the package. So what I want you to do is, holding in your left hand, you're going to take the loop from the rod, and in your right hand, you're going to take the loop from the toy. And you're going to take the loop of the toy over the top of the loop from the rod, just like this. You're going to take it down, and if you were just to hold it loose, that's what it would look like. All right, I'm going to place my thumb over the top of my first finger and just kind of catch that loop from the toy. And I'm just going to pull the loop from the rod through my fingers a little bit. And then I'm just going to swing the toy around. I'm going to open the loop, and with my thumb and first finger of my right hand, I'm just going to reach down and grab the head of the Featherhead Popper and pull it through the rod loop, and then just go to snug it down. Now, as you do so, you're going to see a knot form that looks like, well, we would call it a square knot. But we're going to take it, and I'm going to pull it quite tautly, like that. Now, this is ready to go. I'm just going to lift this up so you can see this is ready now to play with your very favorite cat in your home. Now, let's tell you how to take it off. Okay, we've snugged this knot down quite snugly. Now, if this had been a cotton line, it would be very difficult to pull apart, but the nylon makes it very easy. We're just going to take and kind of pick at it with our fingers. This can be done even if you don't have fingernails, whether you have fake fingernails like I do, or if you have regular fingernails, and you're just going to separate it back loosely just like it was before when we tightened it down, and pull it apart. Now, you can kind of see which way it's coming through. You can kind of see if it needs to go down this way or if it needs to come back up this way. I kind of like to do it in the same direction that I took it from, so I'm just going to open up the rod loop, just like so, separate it with my thumb and first finger of my right hand, and reach down, grab the head of the toy, pull it back up through the loop, and off it comes. Now, this method is called the loop-to-loop method, similar to what we use in the fly fishing industry. The nice thing about this is that it allows you very easily to change your pet toys. It keeps the pets active, it keeps them from being bored, and all of our toys have this loop-to-loop method on, and so it makes our product line very, very versatile. To remove the line, it's just simply a reverse. We're just simply going to start pulling it back through the eyelets, just like so. Take it through this one, all the way through all the eyelets until you're down to the very first eyelet, which is where you attached it. Now, one of the nice things about using this nylon line is that it comes apart very easily. It doesn't, like cotton thread will suck up so tight that you absolutely cannot get it undone. Simply picking at this a little bit with your fingernail just loosens that, and all of a sudden it starts to come apart. And you just open it up big enough that you can kind of see where the loop is and where the line is in relationship to the loop, and you just simply back that nylon line right out of there, just like so, and then pull it through the eyelet, and it has been completely taken apart. And you're ready to take the rod apart and put it away for storage.